Hello, I'm Anne from Samadhi Yoga Studio, and I am here today to talk about our 200-hour yoga teacher training, which begins in 2 weeks, and we still have about 5 slots left. So this video is for anyone that's thinking about taking yoga teacher training beginning this fall, or maybe you're even on the fence about taking yoga teacher training. When you embark on a 200-hour yoga teacher training, the one thing that you can definitely expect is that you're going to be doing a lot of yoga. And that's true in our program. So each month when you come in, we like you to think of it as a retreat. You'll be doing yoga the first night, you'll be doing yoga the second day and the third day, and every day going forward. So that's one thing to definitely expect. But in addition to that, there's anatomy and physiology, there's philosophy of yoga. At Samadhi, we teach you where yoga comes from and what we're doing and why we're doing it and what its original intention was and why we do certain yoga practices, poses, breath work, why we do it today and how it is relevant to human beings in 2018. You'll learn the ethics of yoga. You'll look at your own self for sure, and your own ethics and where they come from, and are they engraved in stone? Can ethics be changed? You can expect to teach in a yoga teacher training program. And those of you that are looking elsewhere, definitely look into that. You need to teach. Even if you think you're never going to teach, a yoga teacher training should have you teach. And at Samadhi, we have you teach twice to the public. It sounds scary at first, but we have you do that in groups once you're ready later on. And everybody has reported back that it's one of the most rewarding experiences of the teacher training, and nobody has quit because of that. Everybody's stayed on, so I promise you it will be a good experience. You can also expect individualized attention in our teacher training. We limit it to 20 students. I've learned that over the years. I've done bigger classes, and I just don't love it when there's so many people. It feels a little unwieldy, and the smaller number, I think, is a really good thing for each student. We really get to see each person. We see each person's practice. We see where each person has gifts and capacities, and we also see where each person may have a struggle or a shutdown, and over time we can work with that and we can create change, and it's really awesome. You can also expect in a 200-hour program to be in a group, and that's really important, because if you're going to go out and teach, not only do you know how to have your own internal practice, that's so important, but also you have to know how to interact with the world. You have to know how to interact with the students that come in your class. And I mean students that aren't just going to be like you, like everybody. When you go out and teach, like everybody comes in your class. So young people and old people and people comfortable in their body and people uncomfortable and people with yoga experience, people without yoga experience. So I mean, it's endless. So what you can expect from me in Samadhi Yoga Teachers Training is, first of all, you can expect me to show up passionate every single time I come to teach. This is my favorite part of my job. Owning a yoga studio is actually a job, but this is my favorite part. This is where I feel the most passionate, the most creative. So you can expect that from me. What I expect from you, I expect you to breathe. I'll always be saying that. We'll always be talking about breathing. So we're gonna stop and breathe. I'll expect you to show up with, just show up. That's one thing we say. We say just show up. You know, even if you show up and you're coming in from a bad space, it's okay. We got you. We got you in yoga teacher training. You don't have to show up beautiful. You don't have to show up perfect. You don't have to show up thin. You don't have to show up doing some kind of crazy yoga pose. None of that in the long run matters. We just want you to show up and be open to learning and also participating and taking care of yourself. That's the other thing we really expect you to do is, if you're working with something physically in your body or maybe energetically, for instance, maybe you have a migraine disorder, and if you come to yoga teacher training and that's the day your migraines are flared, I would expect you to put self-care before a yoga pose or doing breath work or even interacting with others. You need to really take care of yourself. So that's something we teach you in the yoga teacher training if you need to learn that. Self-care comes right at the top.